guys, it's Saturday. I hope everyone's day is off to an amazing start. I am up bright and early this morning. When I got up this morning, I wasn't feeling my best. It's kind of gloomy outside today. Not sure if you guys can tell that. And it's raining and I didn't want to work out, but I went ahead, pushed through it anyway, and I ended up doing 4 miles this morning. I ran 4 miles in the rain and now I feel amazing. And so right now I am at the mall. I need to get some replacement brush heads for my Clarisonic. So that's what I'm doing right now. But I wanted to thank you guys. I always feel like I'm getting on here thanking you guys, but I just really appreciate you guys so much. So many of you left comments regarding the chafing dishes that I was looking for. So many great ideas. So thank you guys so much for that. There was something else I wanted to tell you guys. What else? Don't you hate that? You think of stuff and I got in here to tell y'all something. I can't remember what it is now. All right, oh well, maybe I'll think of it later, but I'm at the mall about 10 minutes early. I like to get in the mall before the crowd gets here, get what I'm gonna get, and get out. I hate when I get in the mall and the mall that I'm at, it's Lenox Square, and it can be kind of crowded sometimes, but what gets me is when you're in here with people who aren't really shopping. They're just like standing around looking. We actually get a lot of celebrities, you know, that come to this mall. But I hate when you get the people who are just standing around looking. If you're not gonna buy anything, stop coming to the mall. This is not the park. But I'm gonna go in here. I'm just gonna run in Macy's, get those brush heads, and then I'm going to head out. And I'm gonna go back home and cut Eric and Chase's hair. Oh, their hair grows like weeds. All right, guys, so I'm all finished in the mall. So really quick, car haul. So in Macy's, I did get the replacement heads for my Clarisonic Mia. I got the deep pore cleansing one. It was $27, so it has the blue ring on it. I also got the acne cleansing one, and it has this like lime green head on it. It was $27 also. So in Macy's I ended up spending around $58 and like 30 something cents once you add in the tax and everything. And then I also went over into Sephora, and in Sephora they had this head. They didn't have this one in Macy's. It's the kind of like radiance one. It kind of like polishes the skin, and they were $27. It was $27 in Sephora also. I love the Dermadoctor brand for my vitamin C peels. They were out today, however, so she gave me some samples that was really sweet, and so I ordered it right in the store, and I didn't have to pay for shipping because I ordered it in the store, and it's like $38, and it's a really good size bottle too. It's some really good stuff. And then she also gave me the samples of the daily cleanser, so I'll try that out and, you know, see if I like that, and if I do, you know, I'll start purchasing that as well. And then I had a few points, so I picked up this exfoliating peel gel. I've never tried this. You guys will have to let me know if you've ever used this. Let me know how you like it. We'll see. I'll give it a try. It was free. And that's it. So I believe today I ended up spending somewhere in the neighborhood of around like $78. That's not really what I went in there to spend. I was just going to get the 2 heads, but you know, that's what you do when you start wandering around the mall. So I'm going to go ahead and head on home now. I know Eric is wondering where I am. I said I was just going to run into Macy's, and the girl in Sephora was giving me this great demonstration on something, so that took up some of the time also, but she was really sweet, so I didn't mind listening. All right, so like I said, I'm still in a great mood today from my run. So I'm gonna go ahead, head on home and cut their hair while I'm still in a good mood. And I'll see you guys later. All right, guys, so all the haircuts are done, and now Eric and I are outside in the backyard, getting ready to do a little yard work. So hot out here. I don't want to be out here. Have you guys ever just been like going along doing stuff during the day, and then all of a sudden you just get extremely tired for no reason? That's how Eric and I both feel right now. We are exhausted, but today is really the only day that we're going to be able to get out into the backyard and do some of the stuff that we want to do back here before the party. I think I told you guys before, we don't have any help for the backyard. We do have some help for the front yard, but the backyard is all on us. So that's what we're out here doing right now. Before I came home, or after I left the mall today, I went by Home Goods and I picked up this little chicken right here. You guys see him? Yeah. This is what I'm going to use to put our utensils in for the party, but he's the wrong color, so I'm going to spray paint him. I thought he was so cute, and he was only $7. So I thought that was a good deal. And I didn't want to buy any more spray paint, so the only spray paint that I have is what I had left over from the glass that I painted. So I'm going to see if this mirror effect paint will cover it. I only need a little bit of it. It should do okay. So yeah, I'll show you guys what it looks like, you know, once I get finished. But the party planning stuff is coming along really nicely. I can't wait to show you guys the finished product of everything. We have a few guests that have recently been added. I think we've added about 4 more people. So I've had to move an actual table and some chairs that we had in the basement upstairs, and so I'm kind of trying to work on the configuration for that. So I'll show you guys what I did. I'm actually going to cover the chairs that I brought up from the basement. So anyway, I'll show you guys all that once it's done. But let me see where Erik is. He's really handy. Erik, what do you think happened to the grass right here though? What in the world? I'm gonna put you guys on the tripod for a minute, and then I'm gonna help Erik try to make some headway of what's going on in this backyard. All right. Hi guys, it's Thursday. I hope everyone's day is off to an amazing start. So we are at Stone Mountain Park. Not sure if you guys can see that behind me. So we're just gonna hang out here today and just kind of chill and relax. When you come to the park, especially Stone Mountain Park, when you come here during the weekday, especially, you know, kind of early in the morning, there is usually no one here. So we almost have the park to ourselves, and it's just, like I said, a very pretty day today. So we're just gonna tool around. We'll probably walk through the village. Not sure if you guys are familiar with Stone Mountain Park, but it's one of the, I think, top tourist attractions here in Georgia. So just very beautiful. We have fireworks and things like that. Not a fan really of the whole Confederate issue, the flags that they, you know, fly here, but it's still a beautiful park nonetheless. So I got Erik and Chase here with me, so we're gonna go ahead and get started on our, you know, little walk and just hang out, like I said. Oh, let me see if I can get Erik too to kind of show you guys my little workout outfit of the day. All right, so Erik's gonna hold the camera for me and do a really quick workout outfit of the day. So the top, really super inexpensive top, $9.99 from Marshall's. You cannot beat $9.99 for a workout top. The sports bra is actually from Target. Target has the most amazing sports tops right now. Now, I don't necessarily think that you can wear them for like high impact activities, but for what we're doing today, just walking, hanging out, you know, walking around the mountain and stuff, these are perfect. And I think it was like 15 bucks. The bottoms I actually got from, I think, either Sports Authority or Dick's. They're by Nike, and I can't remember exactly how much I paid for these. I'm sure we got a good deal on them. And just my shoes I got from DSW. You guys know I always have a DSW coupon, so I'm sure they were inexpensive as well. And then finally, we cannot forget my cap. I never work out without my cap. And this one we picked up while we were at Disney World. Just showed you guys that sign, and even though this is a park, you know, you can get hurt out here, so you have to be careful. And if you're going to climb the mountain, there are, you know, designated areas that they want you to kind of stay in with your climbing. Unfortunately, there have been people who have gotten critically injured out here, and you know, I think Eric, what did you say, like a couple have even died?
Yeah, it's been a few years.
Yeah, it's been a few years back. You know, some people have fallen, you know, to their death, you know, because they didn't follow the signs and, you know, adhere to the rules. So you just want to be cognizant of that. But do you guys see how pretty it is back here? There are a lot of deer.
Yeah, we've seen deer.
Yeah, that live back here also. Oh my gosh, you guys are not going to believe this. As soon as I finished my statement about the deer, we came across a group of about 4 or 5 deer. To say that Eric, Chase, and I were a bit startled is an understatement. We'd never been that close to anything wild that size before, and we just could not believe or get over how unafraid they were.
That's a male. That's the one we got to watch out for.
Guys, do y'all see this? You okay? Really?
So we got a male and a female. That's the male in the back with the antlers.
Yeah, so in all the years that we've been coming to Stone Mountain, and Eric, I think you would agree.
Yes.
We've never seen anything like that.
Not that close.
Not that close.
We've had them in our backyard, but yeah, I've never had one walk by me.
Yeah,
like
and they
that.
weren't afraid or anything.
No.
They kind of looked startled at first and went right on about their business. Yeah. So we've just decided that we're gonna turn and go the other way. Because there seem to be quite a few of them out here today, and they're pretty active. I don't want any run-ins with deer. I don't want to have to fight a deer out here.
Yeah, deer can get wild.
You know, they look like they weren't even scared at all.
No.
So we're just gonna go in the other direction right now. So, yeah. All right, so we are at Chick-fil-A right now grabbing some lunch, but did you guys see those deer? I'm not sure if I said it when we were back at the park, but that is the first time that we have ever had an encounter like that in the park with deer. That was just crazy. So we didn't even continue in the direction we were going in. Once we saw that they were not afraid of us, we decided to turn around and go back the other way. But this is what I'm having for lunch. I am having the Chick-fil-A spicy Southwest chicken salad, and when I tell you guys that this salad is just everything in life amazing, it is so delicious. So in it you get some shredded chicken. It's kind of spicy, it gives you a nice kick, but then it has some pieces of roasted corn, and then your usual tomatoes and a little bit of cheese and lettuce. But then you also get these seasoned tortilla strips. You get some chili lime pepitas. They have a nice crunch to them. And you can get them with whatever type of dressing that you want, but I like the fat-free honey mustard. It is so yummy. So all right, guys, please excuse the way I am looking right now. I just got out of the shower. It's not quite nighttime, as you can see, but I have already had an extremely long day. The planning for the party, although I am enjoying it, I love, like I said before, hosting parties, but it is a lot of work because you just really want to have an event that your guests are really going to remember. You want everybody to have a great time, but it is a lot of work that goes into it. But when your guests show up, you just want everything to go off without a hitch. You want it to look like, you didn't break a sweat putting it all together. But I'm just kind of tired today, so I'm gonna go ahead and kind of turn in. Like I said, I've already taken my shower, and when you get in the shower, you start to think about things. So I remembered that in the last video, several of you had questions regarding, my skincare and just chemical peels and things like that. And I really do try to take care of my skin in between visits. And so I just wanted to share with you ladies some of the things that I do. Maybe you guys can't get to the dermatologist or to the esthetician. These are the things that I do that I think really, really help to keep my skin in the best shape in between visits. All right, so the first thing, and I'm going to try to talk through this, and I hope I have the camera close enough for you guys to see. So what I'm using is my Clarisonic Mia 2, and I typically do this in the shower. As you can see, it's kind of wet. That's where I have it stored at. Erik purchased this for me a few Christmases back, and I love this thing. And I showed you guys earlier in the video where I'd gone to Sephora and I purchased a new head. This is the Deep Pore Cleansing. I love this one because for me, this particular head really mimics the feel that I get when I go to the esthetician and get a microdermabrasion treatment. So I really love this particular head. Maybe if you didn't see the first video, I'll show you again. This one right here, this is the head that I purchased. This is the acne one. I don't have a lot of acne, but you can never be too careful. And then I also purchased the Radiance head. This one just really helps to kind of, polish the skin. So yeah, I really try to keep, a stock of the Clarisonic replacement heads, and you're supposed to, replace those every 3 months. All right, so the first thing I do, after I take a shower, and this is my nighttime treatment. So not after I take a shower, but before I get into the shower. Before I get into the shower, I use my Derma Doctor, okay? Typically when you get ready to wash your face, you dampen your face and then you lather your soap on. However, with the Derma Doctor, I use one good pump like that. You actually put this onto dry skin and you just rub it on into a circular motion like that until it dries out. And I purchased the Derma Doctor from Sephora. It was, I believe, $36. I think I told you guys in the car that they were actually out of it. So I ordered it and it was really quick shipping. It came to me in about, 2 days, I believe. All right. And that's pretty dry. All right, so once I have it on, I go ahead and I take my Clarisonic, and while in the shower, I just put a little water on it, turn it on, and you will find too, a lot of people, the Clarisonic, if you have one, it makes that little buzzing sound when it's time for you to switch zones. I don't, adhere to that all the time because, I might want to spend a little bit more time on a particular zone, so I may stay there a little longer. And a lot of people also, once the Clarisonic turns off, they're finished. A lot of times for me, I will, let it run through another cycle. So here we go. And you see it lathers up really well. Making sure to get my neck I like to kind of switch up my face products because the body, the face, the skin, it will start to kind of get acclimated to the products that you're using, and then the results that you used to see, they become a little, you know, less and less the more you use it. So I like to switch it up. And you see, I get my lips, nice way to exfoliate the lips. So you see it stopped, okay? I'm already finished with the bottom, but I haven't done the top. And it has already turned off, so I'm gonna turn it on again and continue with my forehead. All right, so now, I hope I don't wet up the camera. I'm just gonna come into the sink and get a little water on my face. All right, take my washcloth and dampen it a little bit and kind of get the rest of it off. Again, this is much easier in the shower. And just kind of pat it. Cover it again. I still see a little soap. All right, so that's how it looks now, but we're not gonna stop there. After I use my Derma Doctor, and this is the brightening daily cleanser. I think they have one other one, but I wanted to give this one a try first. And like I said, I've been using it a couple of months now. So this is the, once again, the brightening daily cleanser, and it has vitamin C and A. So really good for more mature skin. All right, so after that dries on my face, I follow up, and I do this particular peel, this at-home peel, twice a week. This is the Lotus Moon Pumpkin Enzyme Peel, and you can get this from Amazon, and the strength is 10%, okay? And you can see I've really been using it, okay? Because of my nails right now, I'm going to just use one of these little Q-tips and kind of just pull some of it out, all right? All right, so my skin feels really clean right now, really tight. All right, so I'm just going to kind of spread the peel, and you don't need a whole lot, but you just want to make sure you get a good layer of it on. Okie dokie. Now I just gently rub that into my skin, and I like it because I immediately feel a nice little tingling sensation, much like the one that I get when I go to have these done at my dermatologist's office. Oh, and so several of you asked what was the type of peel that I had on this last visit. Oh, so I'm just gonna leave this to sit on for 5-10 minutes, all right? But yeah, several of you asked the type of peel that was. That particular peel, it's a new one. It's a fairly new one. I haven't been getting that one very long. That's why I think I put at the beginning of the video, please excuse the oiliness and the flakiness. When she switches up my peels, sometimes I will have a slight reaction to it. I may become a little bit more oily, or, you know, again, skin peeling a little bit. So that's what happened with that one. But yeah, that's called a Neo Peel, and it's really good for, you know, people who, you know, you're out in the sun a lot. I'm really outside a lot, you know, working in the garden, working in my yard. And it's also very good for, you know, aging skin, to keep it, you know, looking as youthful as possible. So that's the one I got. And I also get a vitamin C peel. I believe that's the one that I've been getting a lot also. So they're really good peels. I'm enjoying them. I love the time that I go there and spend. It's just very relaxing. So what I like to do to remove the peel is use just some of these Dollar Tree makeup remover pads. All right, and I usually use about 2 or 3 of them to remove it. And just start to wipe it off. All right, so once I've removed, you know, most of it, I take my damp washcloth and go over it. And using a warm washcloth after you've had that peel on feels amazing. Okay, it's all off now. All right, so my next step, toning. A lot of people don't tone. I don't know, I just like to do it. I think it I think it just really balances my face back out after using, you know, a lot of chemicals. And these aren't real harsh chemicals, you know. I don't think you could buy them from the store if they were all that harsh. But, you know, I'm not just using, you know, water. So I want to kind of, you know, calm my face back down. Because right now it is still tingling just a little bit. But like I said, I love it. It lets me know something is going on. So when I apply things like peels and, you know, if I go to the dermatologist and get something done, I want to know I am, you know, getting something, getting my money's worth. So anyway, I apply my toner just to one of these little cotton rounds. And this has always been my tried and true favorite toner. This is the Dickinson's Witch Hazel. Very, very nice and gentle, natural product for the skin. All right, so I just take this and I just go over my entire face and neck. So once I have my toner applied, all right, my final step for nighttime, okay? I have been using the Diana. This is actually for acne treatment, but like I said, I don't really have a problem with acne. I use it more so for, it's great for fine lines. This actually, you do have to have this prescribed to you by your doctor or dermatologist. So you will need a prescription for this, but again, it is really, really good for fine lines. And so what I do is I mix it. You only need like a pea-sized amount of this. Okay, and you can get this right here from Sephora, and I believe it's like maybe 28 bucks. So let's see. That amount there. And let's see. So not a whole lot. Okay, I like to put it in the palm of my hands, rub it around. And apply it to my face and neck. And that is pretty much it. That is what I do at night. That is what I do in between visits to the dermatologist and the esthetician. I use my Clarisonic. I use this bad boy every day. I love my Clarisonic. This, like I said, just to recap, I only use this once or twice a week. I use the cleanser twice a day, of course. Witch Hazel twice a day. And nighttime. Again, kind of varies a little bit, but I believe I've shown you guys this before. This is a vitamin C serum. Get the top off. I will occasionally take a couple of drops of that and, you know, put it under my eyes just for a little added protection as I sleep. Okay? And that, my friends, is that. Welcome to Tea Time with Tan and Eric. So the topic for today's tea time is, what do you and your spouse work well on or not together? Is that the name of it?
Yeah, okay. Basically in a marriage, is teamwork always the way to go? Do you work well with your spouse on projects? And the project can be anything. It could be planning a trip or working with your kids or doing work around the house? Or do you work better separately? Do you argue a lot and bicker when you try to work together? Or do you work well together as a team?
Okay, all right, and so before we start the tea time, let me just say we're gonna look down because we've been kind of busy, so we wanted to make sure we remembered everything we want to kind of touch on for the tea time. So we'll probably be looking down at the phone for the notes, and then also the Kat Harlem, subscriber Kat Harlem, had a very, very good question she kind of posed to Erik and I regarding parties, and we felt compelled to answer it during the tea time because, as you guys know, we have the party here at the house coming up in just a few days, and Kat Harlem had some really, really great points that she wanted us to touch on. So be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video to check out that part of the tea time. All right, and so back to this tea time. How well do you and your mate, spouse, boyfriend, whoever work well together?
So we have found, and you know, I think for people that aren't married, there's this, maybe this myth or this conception that you and your spouse are gonna have all the same interests and hobbies and work well together on everything. And what I found is that sometimes doing stuff separately
is the best
will save your marriage. So for example, stuff that we don't work well with together or we do better apart would be cleaning.
Let me tell you guys, all right, you know we have the housekeepers and whatnot, right? But there are those days, you know, when we do a lot of the cleaning ourselves. They're not here every day. Erik is usually the one who does the bathrooms. I just cannot stand the way this guy cleans the bathrooms. So instead of going ahead and cleaning one bathroom, doing everything you need to do for that bathroom, then going to the next bathroom, cleaning that one, and so on and so forth, he will go and clean one sink here.
I do not do that. No.
One sink here, then he'll go back. One toilet here, one toilet there.
Basically what I do is I clean.
He's walking around with his little bucket.
I clean all the upstairs bathrooms at once.
But you do it piece by piece. You'll do a sink here, a sink there. Yes, you do.
No, I don't. So hear the argument. That is, I kind of do that, but not. I got a system.
How do you kind of do that?
I clean like all the toilets at once because with the toilet brush, once I use the toilet brush, I don't want to use it anymore because it's gross. So I clean all the toilets at once. I don't do all the sinks separately. I do the sinks one bathroom at a time. Anyway.
Yeah, I think you do, babe. I mean, he has like cleaning supplies stretched from one bathroom to the other. I don't understand why you think that is efficient as opposed to going ahead and cleaning.
I'm an engineer that is an assembly line. Let's move on to the next one. Yard work.
Yard work. I do yard work. Erik cuts the grass.
Well, I do maintenance. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't like to dig and plant.
That's me.
You're very good at detail work. I will cut the grass in the edge and put out pine straw.
Yeah.
Digging holes in the ground and putting them out. I don't
like you guys saw earlier, the clip that I have in this video earlier. Erik is over by himself doing his thing, and I'm on the other side of the yard doing my thing. When we go out in the yard, we don't come together like this. You stay over there, don't come over here. I'm over here doing my thing. Don't come bother me. I'm not bothering you.
Although somebody does use me as her guardian out in the yard for snake control all the time.
Yeah. When the snakes are out, come over here and watch my back, please.
Homeschool. Yeah, I think that's better apart, but that's more just you have your strength in your subjects, I have my strength in my subjects.
Yeah. So with the homeschool, like he said, we kind of stay apart with that. Now we will come together if we're having a few problems with Chase and we want to get the other one's opinion. Yeah. So we will do that. But most of the time it is apart.
Decorating, I think I have on a guy level, I think I have a very good eye. Like I think I'm good at it, but somebody can be kind of, what's the word I want to use here? Condescending about how Erik, that looks horrible. That ain't even gonna look good.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Do I look like the type of person who will be condescending?
So
no.
So we got a good system though. I assist, right? You will ask my opinion, and most of the time she will take my opinion into account.
Yeah, I will get his opinion.
Yes.
She gets the final say, however. But yeah, I work best with going ahead and kind of laying everything out and doing it, then kind of taking a step back and calling him in and, and asking Erik, hey, what do you think about this? Yeah.
Things we do well together, I think vacation planning, because we both have to want to do
we do the vacation planning together well. However, I will say I am in charge of the hotels
Yes.
for obvious reasons, the hotel phobia.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what? I think I kick it off too with like the excursions, like, you know, getting ready to go to Toronto. I'll be kind of not in control, but kind of in charge of coming up with
a lot of the research.
The research for like excursions and you know, activities and where we're gonna eat, things like that.
Working out, yeah, we do like our really tough workouts. Like if you're running 4 miles, we don't necessarily do that.
Yeah.
But like our more casual workouts, like we go to the park. I think in this video you're going to show us at Stone.
Yeah, Stone Mountain.
So kind of
isn't that crazy about that?
The deer.
Yeah. We had never, ever. We go to Stone Mountain, what, 2-3 times a month, maybe even more than that. We've never seen deer on that trail.
Crossing the trail.
Never.
You see them off in the woods.
You'll see them back off in the distance. The one time I get on there and I tell you guys, oh yeah, there are deer hanging out back here, put the camera up, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Shaking, trying to get the camera back out to show you guys. They walked right by, weren't scared or anything.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
Of course, as parents, you know, we have each other's backs about disciplining our son. Somebody has gotten better about that over the years. We're gonna do another video and talk about mama's boys and daddy's little girls. So people spoiling their child of the opposite sex, which I think happens a lot, but she's gotten a lot better.
I've gotten better as he's gotten older. You know, you gotta kind of toughen it up, but he's still spoiled.
But all you ladies out there spoiling your sons and you guys spoiling your daughters, it's a problem. And then the last one, I think event planning is kind of like the decorating thing. I just kind of let you have it and you ask my advice, or I help you. Like with the decorating and events, I help you put stuff together. Like I'll help you hang something, or so you lead and I follow. Yeah, for stuff that I need. And you're condescending there too. You're very condescending. Matter of fact, let me show you guys an example of the condescension that I have to deal with. So we're gonna have some props. I was wondering why you would bring that out. Yeah. And you still haven't fixed it. So you guys still haven't fixed it. This, we can't see that. It's showing up. This is a sign, a little sign that you wanted me to put in the frame in the guest bathroom. It says additional towels in drawer. So she asked me to make a sign with those 4 words, right? Additional towels in drawer. Okay. Now, did you guys look at that? Did you see anything wrong with it? She didn't like the way I did the spacing. She wanted additional towels, and she wanted every word on its own line. It wouldn't even be spaced right. It wouldn't be spaced right. Eric has a problem. N has 2 letters. I'm in charge of the whole. See how the letters. See how the letters. I tell Eric all the time. Boy, he better be glad I'm not in his industry. Boy, I would. Ooh. So you guys give me your opinion, because if you take the word in and move it to its own line, it's going to be by itself and it only has 2 letters in it, so it ain't going to look right. And the font is going to be small. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah. The party that I've been telling you guys about for so long is only just a few short days away. So, Kat Harlem said, in lieu of the party that Eric and I are planning, and I'm just going to look down and make sure I get her question correct. So I'll read it. Okay. Do you allow guests to take home plates of food or prepare a plate to take home to their spouse? All right. Do we allow guests to prepare their own food, right? And take it home. And then do we allow them to take food home to their spouse? I don't necessarily have a problem with, you know, my guests taking food home. I don't have a problem with that. I often provide containers for the guests to take food home. Here's my thing though. This isn't a, you know, takeout restaurant or a to-go place where you can take food home, you know, to your spouse and your kids and your pets. You know, I have no problem, like I said, with the guests here being provided for. Eric, what do you think? Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. And I don't think you should come with the expectation that you're going to necessarily be able to take food home, because depending on the function, there may only be enough food for, you know, the guests who are there. And so that brings me to the second part of her question. Kat Harlem says, you know, she tells the guests, you know what, fine, you can take food home for yourself or for your spouse or whoever. However, you must wait until the guests who are present are served. And she says, sometimes this is a point of contention with not only her friends, but also her family. So let me get this straight. the party or the get together is not over.
No, it's not. It's just jumping off.
And people are already fixing plates to take
already.
Home. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, already preparing plates to take home.
No.
You know, to other people or, you know, for themselves to kind of snack on later. I think
that's a technical.
Yeah, that is absolutely wrong. Now you're really overstepping your bounds right there, and then have the nerve to go and get upset about it.
Yeah, I can't even believe that.
I can't even believe that. So
well, let me ask this: when you go to somebody's house or get together, should you always bring food or wine or dessert? Should you always do that
as the guest come and bring something?
Yes.
Well, I don't have a problem with people not bringing, you know, things to my house. If we're having a party, I actually prefer that they not, because I am such just a control freak.
Yes,
I have little stations set up for everything, and I know the type of color scheme that I'm working with. You know, and you may bring your things in a dish or, you know, prepared in a way that it doesn't necessarily work with my setup. So I actually prefer that people not bring things.
What about like a bottle of wine or something?
All right, okay, well that's fine, and that brings me, you know what, let me hold that point. All right, okay, so Kat Harlem has another part of her question. She was just going in on this one. She says, you know what, my sister during the holidays likes to bring over these just fabulous rolls. Everybody goes crazy for these rolls.
This is Kat's sister.
Yeah, this is Kat's sister, Kat Harlem's sister. And she says, yeah, everybody, friends and family, they just love these rolls that she makes during Christmas and for Thanksgiving. And so, you know, as the day goes on, you know, during that particular holiday, you're over there with your friends and family, and you're just laughing and you're eating, and then you get kind of full, and then you just laugh and play games a little bit more, but then it's time to go home. The food was so yummy, so because of your family members, everybody's packing up things to take home. Well, everyone else is getting a little turkey, a little potato salad, a little mashed potatoes. They go to get the rolls. The sister has packaged up all the rolls.
That's wild.
And took them home because her husband is just so in love with the rolls. He wants her to bring all of them back home so that he can nibble on them throughout the rest of the week.
I'm calling another technical.
That's bad. Now, your sister gets to go and get some of the turkey, some of the potato salad, some of the mashed potatoes, but no one can take any of her rolls. That's not right. That's not right. So what Kat Harlem says that she has done is she has asked her sister to now make double batches and bring some to the family functions and leave the other half at home for her roll hoarding husband. And she wants to know, is she wrong for that? I say absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's what you do. I'm gonna tell you, this is what Erik and I are doing for the party that we're, you know, having here at the house in a few days. We're gonna have a nice little spread. We're not gonna worry, you know, really not too much about what people kind of take home or, you know, fix, because guess what? We have now started to take aside portions for ourselves and Chase and place them in the refrigerator. Beforehand.
So now let me ask this. Do you let your guests fix their plate or do you fix their plate?
All right, so here's my take on that. If it's a small enough function, you know, if you're, you know, happy with the hygiene and the, you know, cleanliness of your guests, I don't have a problem with it, you know, if it's a small crowd. But you guys know the kitchen is that's my little sanctuary, okay? And I don't just want, you know, a whole bunch of people in there rattling around in my kitchen. What I am going to do, you know, maybe even for this function, I don't care how much they take, but I am going to have the little containers that I showed you guys in another video, in a previous video, and I'm gonna say, you know what guys, it's looking like it's, you know, the party's winding down. I'm getting ready to kind of put the food up, you know, so that, you know, that nothing spoils or anything like that. Would anyone, you know, love to take, you know, like to take anything home? If so, come on up, let me know what you want, and you know, Erik and I'll kind of shovel it out, or I'll, you know, put it in the containers for you. That way you don't have to worry about whether or not, you know, of course everyone's gonna wash their hands when we get here. I'm actually gonna request that. But, you know, as the evening goes on, you know, you don't know what people have been doing. So I don't know if they're gonna necessarily go back and, you know, rewash their hands. I'm pretty sure they will. But, you know, this is my house and, you know, the rules are, you know, my rules. So I will go ahead and kind of, you know, prepare the food, you know, for them to take.
I remember you were throwing a get together. It was a girls' night or something, and one of the girls you invited, brought over like a bunch of pastries for everybody.
Right.
But then she took the ones that you guys didn't eat back home.
Yeah.
Now I thought I wouldn't, even as a guy, and you know, guys, we don't know a lot about etiquette. I wouldn't have did that. I would have like took a bottle of wine over somebody's house, and then whatever y'all don't drink, I'll drink it back home.
Right. So yeah, I was having a little function here for, you know, a few friends, and this individual, oh my gosh, weeks prior to the whatever it was we were having, I'm not really gonna say, but she was just like, oh my gosh, I got these beautiful, you know, we'll say cookies decorated, went to this just wonderful patisserie and had them decorated. Oh, you guys are gonna love them. All right, she brought them here and we all were able to take one, and then everything that was left at the end of the night, she took back home.
And my main problem with that is just the stinginess of it, because when they came over here, you laid it out. Like when we have stuff, we get good food, we're not cheap. Yeah. So you spend,
and again, I don't request that anyone
you
bring
didn't
anything.
Ask for it. But if you're gonna bring
it,
you bring it and you leave it. Because the person whose house you've gone over, either they've gone grocery shopping, or they've gotten it catered, or gotten it cooked, and that stuff, money and time.
Yeah, it adds up.
So
that event too was actually catered also. So I felt that,
you had a cook.
We had a chef that came over. Yeah. And so I felt that, wow, that was just a really great gesture on her part to come over and bring it. And again, she had been announcing it, you know, weeks before, and then you get here, everybody gets one, and then you take everything back.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Or get a double batch, like Kat said, and keep one for yourself and leave one here.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I don't know, Kat. I hope we were able to answer those questions for you and kind of clear it up and just give our take on it. You know, everybody's different. I'll be interested to see or to hear what the rest of you guys out there feel about it. Do you guys let people into your kitchen and allow them to take home food? Do you have a problem with people taking home plates of food after your functions? Or, you know, if they do you allow them to prepare it themselves, or do you fix it for them? Just really curious to hear what you guys think. Now, Erik, when you mentioned the wine, I remember back at our very, very, very first house some years ago, a relative of yours brought over some wine. His relative brought some wine over, and you know, this was our first, we were young, our first house, we had a house full of people. I wasn't really monitoring what people were bringing in and as far as food and stuff goes. So this particular relative, Erik, got so offended that I had not opened the wine, or I don't know, announced that they had brought the wine, that as they were leaving, they grabbed the wine and stormed out of the house.
I do not remember that. You never told me about that before?
Yeah.
Have you ever told me that?
Yeah. You don't remember that? You don't remember that?
No.
You
sure that was my relative?
Yes, it was your relative. Do you guys remember? Erik is really having selective memory now. You remember in the last tea time, he had selective memory.
Well, now I remember that she was kind of flirting with me, but I didn't remember that particular flirt. I get flirted with so much, it's hard for me to keep track.